Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a positive spin. Today we're going to be talking about Adam's Family Reunion. Now, we were originally supposed to do this for something else, but I talked Joe into doing it for positive spin because this actually gets a 3.9, if I'm not mistaken, on IMDb, and I think that is crap. Now, my history with this, I remember Joe doing these left on DVD series years ago, or not on DVD when he would show the VHS. And this was one of the ones that he showed, the Adams Family Reunion. And liking the Adams Family, I wanted to find this. So I went to a thrift store by where my mother used to live, and sure enough, they had the clamshell of Adams Family Reunion. And I was really excited, but I waited to watch it until Joe and I decided to rank a franchise. And I'm kind of glad I waited because I had a blast with this movie. Um, very late to the party. This was supposed to be a TV movie that introduced a new Adams family. Thing about it is that they didn't really keep much of the cast. Now you have Daryl Hannah, you have um, uh, jeez, no, I'm forgetting his name. Um, Tim Curry. How could I forget that? Nicole Fugera as Wednesday, Jerry Messing as Pugsley, and the only one who happened to come back from the original movies, from the '90s movies, is Lurch. And his name is Carol uh, Struckian. Pardon if I pronounced that wrong. But I always thought he did a great job as Lurch. And I was curious to see what this was going to be because I had never watched the new Adams Family show, even though it was short lived. But I was curious to see why it got a 3.9 on IMDb. To me, it's undeserved. The one complaint I have about this, and I don't like to do this during positive spin, but I want to be realistic, is that for the time, the now it's a TV movie, granted, but the CGI is a little bit wonky in it, but it really wasn't that bad, especially for a TV movie from that time period. But watching it now for the very first time, you could see it definitely had some amateuristic sort of CGI. But this movie is so entertaining. First of all, I love the cast. Tim Curry and Daryl Hannah are great in this. Wednesday, it was kind of weird because she was kind of my least favorite until the movie got started. Once the movie, got started, maybe 20, 30 minutes into it, I started to enjoy her character because I guess it's a different Wednesday. And now this is the third or fourth one. And, getting used to this actor style is a little different. But I thought she did a pretty good job. And like I said, she is the only one they kept. And of course, Lurch did a great job. And I like the whole fish out of water story. Now, they've done this a couple times with the Adams family, but this one was a little bit different because what they did was they got an invitation to an Adams family reunion. The difference is the reunion that they went to only had one D. So they went to meet their family, and it turns out it wasn't really their family, and they didn't know. And there are a bunch of rich people who are trying to stab each other in the back, of course, to get a fortune. I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, Mr. Hand from Fast Times at Ridgemont High is in this as well, and I think he's a lot of fun in this movie. As a matter of fact, I like pretty much everything about this for a TV movie. I think it's just fun. Like they had a little Chihuahua, which Uncle Fester made for Pugsley to be an attack dog, of course, a little Chihuahua. And if you said a certain code word, which I'm not going to say what it is, he um, turns into this hound of hell and attacks people. It's really fun. And the dog eats hair, which is another weird thing. But it's the Adams family, so what do you expect? All in all, I really had a great time with this. I love the fish out of water story, and it's funny because two of the Adams that were invited, that were actually part of the family, actually came to the Adams family house and got trapped in there for quite some time. There's a lot of laughs in here. I found myself laughing out loud quite a few times. I thought the dialogue was pretty witty, and there were some really funny parts in it. So I'm going to recommend it. The only thing is, this is lost on VHS. So if you can find, I found a couple copies so far. I found this one, and I was at a different thrift store, and I found one. I didn't pick it up because I already had this one, but it's not as easy to find as you might think because it is lost on VHS. So definitely check this out. But don't forget to check out Joe's positive spin for Adam's Family Reunion. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.